Hello there, my lovely darklings and middle mystics, my lovely darkling mystic circle, my sisters, my sisters, wherever you are in the world. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me on this very random live. I decided to go live today. Hello there, Netta. I decided to go live here today very randomly. I haven't gone live in I have no idea. I haven't gone live in so long, but hello, hello. I trust you're doing well today. Please let me know how you're doing in the comments. Thank you for these lovely glamour ghoul emojis, Netta. I appreciate that, darling. Glamour ghouls got to stick together. But yes, I decided to go live very randomly today after not going live for a long time. There was no specific reason why I didn't go live or I haven't been going live. It's just we obviously all are busy. And I've been doing a lot of yoga stuff. I've been talking about it. I've been doing a lot of yoga stuff, which I'm really appreciative of. But I haven't gone live in so long. It was sometime this year. I probably haven't gone live since March. But I decided to come on live here today because a lot of my plans have been rearranged. It's been a mini snow day here in Baltimore, and I wanted to go to an event in person at the yoga studio that I'm doing my yoga teacher training at. But once again, it only snowed a half an inch. Honestly, I just didn't feel like digging for my car. Hello, Zach Sparrow. Rainy England. Oh, so let me not even complain about me having a baby snow day, because I know in England it is constantly gray, constantly rainy. But I love myself some England, I can't lie. I went to the UK 2 or 3 years ago with my friends and my husband, and it was so much fun. So greetings. Thank you so much for joining me on this random live. Excuse me for... Okay. Fingers crossed. If y'all can see me and hear me still, please let me know. I just wanted to raise up my brightness a little bit. But yes, so I decided to go live here because my plans rearranged today. And I decided to just... why not talk to my lovely family? Greetings from sunny Florida. Oh, okay, Venusian vegetables. You all sunny over there? I don't blame you. I know it's very warm and beautiful down there. Once again, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, so we have our sunny days, but I know y'all are sunny and warm right now, so more power to you. And speaking of warmth, and once again, hello to everyone that's joining me on this random live, but today I wanted to talk about the winter. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the winter is not only the fact that the winter is coming up, and about today's the 15th, right? In less than a week, the winter will be upon us. The winter solstice will be coming upon us. I wanted to talk about the winter, especially since I had a little mini snow day today here in Baltimore. And even though it did rearrange my plans, I'm very grateful that I'm able to be here with you all today to talk about the winter in a very shamanic way. Because a lot of the time we think that winter is a burden. I noticed that a lot of people have been, and myself included, let me not act like I'm exempt here, because I'm somebody that used to hate the winter. Even though I love layering up, I love boots, I love scarves, I love beanies and hats, I love wearing head wraps, I love coats, I love all that type of stuff. I still would hate the cold, I still would hate the winter, I still would hate the darkness of it all, the rigidness of it all, the piercingness of it all, the forced rest on it all. But I can't help but love it, especially with all the work that I do with my own personal work and the way I see it from once again, my work, my perspective, my daily practices. I can't unsee what I know about it now, and I would love to impart that wisdom and share this transmission with you all today. And I'll do it very briefly because I know this is a very random live in the middle of a beautiful Sunday for a lot of people. But yes, so I want to talk about how winter and what winter really is and what it represents. Because winter, it is not a burden, and winter is more than a season. We think about winter as a very cold, rigid, miserable, bleak, dark season. And yeah, it may be. In a lot of ways, it really may be, because it forces us to stay inside. It's very cold. We have to layer up. It the wind smacks your face depending on what part of the world you're in and what part or where on the hemisphere you lie on. But the cold can be very, very depressing, and it causes a lot of seasonal depression for a lot of people. And it can be a lot for people. And I understand that. Once again, as somebody who used to be a winter hater and as a winter baby, well, I'm like a winter spring baby. I was born in early March. But as a winter baby, I should really appreciate the winter. And a lot of people do like the winter, and I understand that. And I love the winter because of this. This is the reason why I love the winter. Zach Sparrow, I really miss the sun. I do love the winter sun, though. Absolutely. The winter sun is a beautiful thing. Right now, the sun it's about to set in about an hour and a half. Another reason why I want to make this live a little bit on the shorter side. I want to get some sun and appreciate the sun and give honor and gratitude to the sun before he sets at 4:44 p.m. in Baltimore, which is amazing. Excuse me, get some water because the winter can be very drying. But yes, so the winter is a beautiful time. It represents a cycle in the life of humans, animals, all life and beings on earth. The winter is more than a season. It is a symbol of the cycles and the patterns and the rhythms and the flow that we all experience as beings on earth. Once again, everything is a symbol. Everything is a metaphor. Everything is a cycle. Everything is the microcosm to the macrocosm. It just shows us what patterns exist within and without. You know, as we always say, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's not just a witchy little saying or just something that's a very new age thing. This is ancient. This is beyond time. This is all new age things. I'm sure people will downplay it, but many new age things are just repackaged, like cutesy repackaged things that our ancestors from thousands and thousands of years ago would already have practiced or used or utilized in their daily life. So it is literally, winter is not just a season. Once again, it is a symbol of one of the cycles that happen in our lives as human beings. Kayla Sharp, yeah, trying to lean into this winter season the best I can. I always find myself slipping without a strict routine in the winter. Absolutely. And routine is so important. That is something that I talk about a lot in my work and a lot in the work that I will be having very soon. I'll be talking about that very, very soon in the coming new year. Also, if you want to embody this type of frequency or embody this type of work, and if you are in the Baltimore area, please join me for my winter solstice ceremony for my sister circle, my Divine Moon Magic sister circle that will be coming up this Friday at Flourish, Baltimore at 5:55 p.m. The offering will be $15 that you can make to Madame Mystica Noir. You can see my username right over here on Cash App or Venmo. So I look forward to seeing you there. But yes, so it is a cycle of life. As you notice in the winter, it gets colder. The nights are longer. A lot of the plants are dying off. A lot of the animals are hibernating. The ground gets cold. The leaves fall. A lot of this is a symbol of what happens in our life every day. Once again, as you were saying, Kayla, we have to have a routine in any season, a daily life, really. Regardless of seasons, we have to cultivate a lifestyle of wellness that moves in concert, that goes with the flow of nature. A lot of the time, we don't know what it means to go with the flow of nature. We always hear about that. Go with the flow. What does that really even mean? It means not resisting what is. It means going with the current of life. And right now, what requires of us of this winter solstice that's going to be happening in the next week, we need to move with and be able to accept when things die away. We need to be able to know when to slow down so we can retreat and rest and look within and check our darkness, see what our darkness is trying to tell us, see what our shadows are trying to tell us, what our insecurities, what our perceived limitations are trying to tell us, all the programming that's been coming to the surface, all the suppressed and repressed emotions, traumas, memories that have been underneath the surface in our subconscious mind come to the top in our conscious awareness so that we can clear them and allow ourselves to be truly authentic. Be of empty presence, empty mind, so we can allow our essence to shine through at the highest degree. There's no resistance to nature. There's no resistance to what is. We are allowing the cycle of winter to come upon us so that we can clear our shadows, that we can rest and retreat from the vigor of the summer. Even though we had our time, the autumn, the fall is a great time for us to begin that slowdown. And speaking of cycles, it's like a pattern or a polar, like the law of polarity in Hermeticism. We can even see the winter being on the opposite side of the spectrum of the summer. They're both the solstice. There is the winter solstice on one side of the spectrum, and there is the summer solstice on the other side of the spectrum. We need to be leaning, like there's a huge spectrum here. There is the summer, there is the spring, there is the fall, and then the other side is the winter. We need to see that the summer, we don't want to do what we did in the summer. We don't want to swing too far on the opposite side of the spectrum, where we should be on the other side of the spectrum of the winter. I trust I'm making myself clear. If you're seeing it on a spectrum, almost like masculine and feminine, because the summer is very divine masculine and the winter is very divine feminine. So this is a time for us to once again be silent, lean into retreating, the planning, the recuperating aspect of it. There's no need to be very go, be very vigorous, be very energetic. This is a time for us to wind down. That is what the winter is symbolic of in our lives. We already had our time to do this, that, go here, there, and everywhere, where the sun is the highest in the sky. Just like during the day. If you can even see the winter or the seasons as a microcosm to the microcosm of the day, where it is the highest, where the sun is at the highest potency of the day, like the midday or afternoon or noon time. That's like the summer of the day. And in the summer of the day, that's where we should be eating our heaviest meal. That's where we should be doing our heaviest activity or our most active activity. That is where we're supposed to be doing a lot of the things that move our bodies, be in movement. That's why, and also on the opposite side of the spectrum, the winter is like the late night of the day. The late night of the day where we're supposed to be resting, going into sleep, going into a slowdown mode where we are preparing our bodies for sleep, for slumber, for rest, for deep rest. And that is what the winter represents. It is deep rest. That's why a lot of us feel depressed or depressed or have seasonal depression during the winter. It's hard not to feel sad where the nights are longer. It's sometimes hard not to feel sad when it's very cold and you're probably stuck in your house all day. It's going to be a little hard to not be sad when you have to look in the mirror and your shadows are coming to the surface, what the winter is for, and you're forced to clear them. You're forced to deal with them. You're forced to feel them. That doesn't feel good. That's why I don't blame people for feeling some type of way during the winter, because the winter does represent that dark time. And that's where we should be moving into it. So 3 ways that we can live in harmony with the winter is, first of all, accept it for what it is. I'll explain what the real ones it really is. But number one, accept the winter for what it is. We are not in the summer. We're not in the fall. We're not in the spring. We will be there very shortly. Before you know it, we will have those more exciting moments. But allow yourself to rest. So number one, allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to retreat. Allow yourself to reset. Allow yourself to recharge, revitalize, remember. Allow yourself to be in that moment or in that setting or in that place where you are going within. Like what the winter is, it forces you literally to go within, staying in your house, looking in the mirror, checking yourself before you wreck yourself, checking your darkness before it goes on autopilot. Because if you don't check your darkness, it will run on autopilot and you will not operate authentically. You're going to be operating based on the emotions or the emotional reactivity of your body. And you do not want to do that. You want to be in control of this vessel. You are always in control of this vessel. Actually, your mind is more in control of this body. Your body is not in control of your mind. That's what true magic is. It is utilizing the power of your mind to will what you want to experience into your experience. So remember that your body is just a physical form. Everything happens energetically first. And your mind, even though it is a form, it is still energetic. Your mind comes first. So you get to tell yourself what to do. You get to control your body. And I know that's easier said than done, but it can be done. It can be done. So once again, number one, allow, accept, and be in rhythm, be in flow, go with the current of winter, allowing it to show you what your darkness is, to allow yourself to retreat, to allow yourself to respect yourself, remember, revitalize, reset, recharge, all of the re's, all of the re's. So don't go against nature. Don't go against this cycle. Don't go against winter by wanting to continue to be extremely vigorous like you were in the summer, maybe like you were in the fall. I understand that. I'm a Leo rising. I want to go, do, be. I always want to change and be here, there, and everywhere. But this is not the time, my love. This is not the time. Allow yourself to be still. Allow yourself to be quiet, to be silent. Allow yourself to be here. Allow yourself to just, the movement will happen. The spring will happen in a few months, but allow winter to be as it is right now and enjoy it. Enjoy being in the house. Enjoy being silent. Enjoy having the time to yourself because you may feel really alone, but you are never alone. Allow yourself to be silent, to be still, to be quiet. Allowing yourself to be cold too, because that coldness will allow you to warm up, bundle up, and to not only just do your shadow work practice, your journaling, your meditations, going inward, but even eating warming foods, going with that type of flow as well. You want to eat your warming foods. You want to have your warming spices. You want to bundle up in layers. You want to make sure that you are... some people can handle the cold and wear their little tank tops and wife beaters and sandals out in the winter. That's perfectly fine. Kind of. But, you want to take advantage of, even when it comes to fashion or personal style, if that's your thing. Like me, once again, I love to bundle up. I love to wear scarves, coats, layers, boots, hats. I love it all. So take advantage of this time to even express yourself in the way that winter allows you to, that winter requires. And it's fun. Be with this winter, be with this season, be with this cycle of life. Don't run away from it because it can be uncomfortable. And number two, living in harmony with winter, not only just allowing yourself to be like with winter, but don't be scared of what comes up during this time. Don't be scared of what your shadows are trying to tell you. Because once again, you control your mind. Your mind does not control your body. Your body comes last. Your body, everything that happens or everything that's tangible in this plane or on all planes, everything that is tangible, that is the lowest frequency. So that means that there is a frequency above it. And a frequency above it and many frequencies above it is your mind. Everything happens energetically first. Actually, your body was made from energy. Your E equals MC squared. Like energy equals matter plus whatever the C in the squared is. I'm not too sure. I should probably know because I'm into metaphysics, obviously. But your mind controls your body. Your body does not control your mind. So once again, you are allowing yourself to not let your mind or not let your body force you to not pay attention with what's going on in your mind. Because once again, everything that we're chasing and avoiding is just a feeling. And sometimes we avoid the winter. We avoid the cycle of winter. We avoid even enjoying the winter because we're scared of what's going to come up because of all the retreat, the rest, the silence, the shadow work, the shadows. But don't allow yourself to be scared of what comes up during this time. Embrace it. Embrace your darkness. Your darkness is not scary. It's merely showing you what you have suppressed over a lifetime or of collecting traumas, memories, what's that word called? Programming, conditioning. Because we've conditioned ourselves, of course. We definitely condition ourselves, but all the advertisements, everything that we've learned in school, public school, from our upbringing, from our guardians, our parents, our parents' parents, our parents' parents' parents, our friends, everything. We have to remember that our body is not trying to hurt us, it's trying to help us. And whatever is going on in our body, whatever we're trying to avoid and whatever we're trying to chase is just a feeling, whether that be drugs, food, sex, like all the earthly pleasures, whatever we're trying to seek for, the feeling already exists within you. You just have to call on it. Our emotions are that powerful. Our emotions are so powerful, it forces us sometimes, when we're not conscious of it, to act out of character. Because our essence, our divinity, knows what it wants in this vessel. You know, this vehicle, this car that we're driving, this avatar that we're driving. Our essence, our divinity is driving the car. So if you're not driving the car, if you're not allowing your essence, your divinity to drive the car, then what is driving? Cars can't drive themselves. I know that cars can drive themselves these days, but realistically, cars can't drive themselves. Then what's driving the car when we're self-destructing? Our emotions. We're trying to avoid a feeling. We're trying to avoid our traumas. We're trying to avoid this, that, and the third. But you can't run away from them, my dear. You cannot run away from them. They're going to be there when you get back. They are going to get there. They're going to still be there when you get back to consciousness, when you reroute back to alignment, when you reroute back into presence. That's why being present now is really, and that's really the third thing, being present with what's happening right now, being present with the silence, being present with the retreat, being present with the winter. Enjoy it. Enjoy this time of year. Because really the 3 ways to work in harmony with it, I know I've mentioned other things before, but it is to accept that this is a great time to go within, do your shadow work, understanding what's lurking underneath your subconscious mind so you can clear your shadows. This is a great time to be, how can I explain? I can explain it. But of course I had 3 things prepared, but I should write them down, but I like to do things intuitively. But once again, accepting the fact that this is a great time for retreat. This is a great time to allow yourself to clear things and allow things to die away, because that's what the winter is all about. Allowing things to die away. That's why all the trees are dying. All of the leaves are falling. All of the animals are hibernating. The ground is dry and cold. You know, once again, all the trees and all the plants are bald. Earth is balding. Allow those things to die away. Allow old paradigms, old traits, old behaviors, old thought systems, old belief systems, old limitations to die away. Allow yourself to be renewed, reborn. And that's what the spring is all about. It's about rebirthing. I'll most likely have a satsang or a channel transmission or a group teaching circle around that time. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But allow things to die away. And number 3 is to allow yourself to, yes, go within, to allow things to clear, and allowing yourself to once again not be scared of darkness. Embracing darkness, embracing that silence, embracing that stillness, because that's what the universe really is. That's what divinity really is. That's what all is. The all is silence. The all is stillness. The all is formless. The all is nothingness. We're able to experience as humans on this earthly plane, on this physical, tangible plane, we're able to experience the wonders, the beauty, the joys, the excitement of this nothingness. This nothingness brings forth something. It allows us to experience something. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to experience the ebbs and the flows, the other sides of the spectrum, the rhythms, the patterns, these cycles of all that it brings. And also we're able to learn from it. We're able to learn more about this nothingness, this formless, this silence, through nature, through all these cycles, patterns, and rhythms of life. And the more we move against that, the more we resist that, we're just self-destructing. We need to embrace that darkness, that light, that stillness, that movement, the silence, the loudness, the sound of it all on the spectrum, all in rhythm, all in flow. Everything is a dance. And once we see everything as a dance, as a flow, as movement and stillness at the same time, as form and formlessness at the same time. Because so many things can be true at the same time. The universe, divinity is a mystery that we're constantly trying to solve, but we may not even know everything, and we probably won't in this vessel. Because unfortunately, this vessel does have limitations, but at our core, at our essence, at our true center, there is no limitation. So do not allow yourself, or I invite you to not allow yourself to feel limited during this cycle or this pattern of life, the winter. There are so many expansions. There are so many elevations during this time of year. We're able to clear. We're able to allow things to rise to the surface and clear. This is a great, powerful time. But we have to allow it. We have to go with its flow. We have to go with the current of it rather than working against it. And then we'll see the beauty, the joys, the wonders of winter. Because that's what it is. It is a wonderful time to retreat, to relax, to rest, to be, to plan, to remember. So allow yourself to enjoy winter at this time. I know not a lot of us enjoy the cold, the darkness, the fact that things are dying away, but it is meant to be this way. And it is such an awesome thing. Think about how amazing that is. So once again, the 3 ways to live in harmony with it is to accept the dying away of things, to allow yourself to look in the mirror and clear your shadows, to embrace and clear your shadows. And number 3 is to be in stillness, be in retreat, be in silence. And I know it looks like 4, but I guess I'm doing this. Be in silence, be in stillness. You will thank yourself for it. Just allowing yourself to be during this time. Because we're going to have our sunniness, we're going to have our beach days, we're going to have all that type of stuff, the warmth, the joy, the radiance very, very soon. We just have to allow this time to be and appreciate the layers that we get to wear, our boots, our hats, our scarves, our coats, the warming foods, the family gatherings, the new year, all the things that are representative of winter, even though the new year should really be in the spring, but whatever, it'd be like that sometimes. But yes, thank you so much for joining me today. If you would like to once again embody this frequency deeper, and if you are in the Baltimore area, you can join me at my Divine Moon Magic Sacred Sisterhood Gathering this coming Friday, December 19th at 5:55 p.m. at Flourish, Baltimore. The offering is $15 that you can send to Madame Mystique Noir at either Cash App or Venmo, and I look forward to seeing you there. But yes, thank you so much for joining me, and I trust you're going to enjoy your winter as well. Much love, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.